Be careful. What's going to happen to Luke?
Well, I can't see the police letting him go. And they're bound to oppose bail.
I can't bear to think of him shut up in a cell.
He won't be in a cell, he's still being interviewed. As the police say, someone is helping them with their inquiries.
That usually means they think they're guilty. This is like a bad dream. Surely there must be some mistake.
If only.
I don't believe it.
I'm not making it up.
Ben Dingle dead?
As a doornail.
But it wasn't like that. We just had a scuffle.
Huh, some scuffle.
I don't know how it could have happened.
Well, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah, but so were a lot of other people.
Oh, don't worry, we've been talking to them.
But you've not arrested them, have you?
We don't need to. We know where they are.
So why pick on me? Why have you brought me in?
Because you were the one that hit Ben Dingle.
Let's have a look at that.
I'm all right.
You're not all right. Look at this.
That's bound to happen when you tangle with the Dingles.
I was hard to know Ben Dingle was going to be there.
Ben's a different generation, love.
Well, it might be a different generation, but it's just the same as the rest of them.
Once that started, it was Ben Dingle.
Then you should have walked away.
I was just looking for trouble.
It's in the blood.
Oh, what's in your blood? You can't resist a scrap, can you? You're as bad as your dad.
Don't blame him. You know what that family are like.
I know that like a red rag to a bull to you. You have kept your promise, haven't you?
What promise?
Your dad had a fight with Zach Dingle.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
He nearly killed your dad.
No, he didn't. He didn't stand a chance. I'd have hammered him if he'd have tried.
Ugh, what good would that have done anybody?
That family have always been trouble.
I made your dad promise to give up bare-knuckle fighting after that.
Well, it doesn't help if you're in the middle of a feud, does it?
What the death more like?
Look, we've put all that behind us. Or at least I thought we had. Oh, I hope all that trouble's not going to start all over again.
Sorry about this.
What's this for?
Last month's bill. I've been catching up on my accounts.
There's no problem. As Ma used to say, a fair day's work deserves a fair day's pay.
How is your mother?
Oh, she's getting on fine. Even better now that Joe's over there to make a fuss over it.
Must leave you short-handed at the farm, though.
Yeah, well, I've taken on Ned Glover, and I give David some work occasionally. I'd like to take them both on full-time, but can't afford it.
Wasn't David Glover involved in the trouble at the rave party?
Well, if he was, I'm sure it wasn't his fault. He seems like a nice, steady boy to me.
So you'd recommend him?
For what?
Kim might be looking for somebody. She's thinking of reopening the game farm when the insurance comes through.
Well, I'm sure Seth would be glad to come back.
I know he would, but it's not what she wants. She'll be looking for somebody younger.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the one who tells Seth that.
We can't see him.
Why not?
He's still being interviewed.
It is our son. We must have some rights. Tell them you're a doctor.
That doesn't matter to them. Just doing their job.
But we're decent people.
Well, that doesn't help in a situation like this. It's not us they're bothered about, it's Luke. And as far as they're concerned, he's just another young lad who's got himself into a fight. Someone's died, Anne Harrod.
Well, perhaps it was an accident. It can't be Luke's fault. There must be some reason.
Well, let's hope so.
Perhaps there was something wrong with this boy. Maybe he had a bad heart or something. What about the post-mortem? That'll tell us.
Yeah, well, these things take time. Come on, let's go and sit down.
Well, Dermot's a good solicitor. He must know someone who can get him out of here.
Yes, he will. I'll give him a ring in a minute.
I can't believe this is happening to us. I can't believe we're this helpless.
I'm afraid we are. If Luke has committed a criminal act, now I'm not saying he has, but if he has, he's going to have to face the consequences.
All we were trying to do was to have a good time. It was a birthday party for my sister's boyfriend.
With 300 people there.
Most of them weren't invited. That was part of the trouble. It all grew much bigger than we expected.
That's what they all say.
It's true. I suppose people were drinking.
And the rest.
If they did, that's got nothing to do with me.
So what do you know?
Well, there was this guy. Well, a whole bunch of them, really. They approached my sister.
Approached?
They were insulting her.
So you took 'em on?
No, my friend did. Biff.
Oh, yeah. We've already talked to him.
I stepped in when it got nasty. Well, I'm bigger than Biff.
And stronger than him.
I didn't hit him that hard.
So how come he's dead then?
Did you get through to the hospital?
Yeah. They haven't got the results of the post-mortem yet. I phoned Rachel. I've cancelled evening surgery.
We won't be here that long, will we?
They're going to have to charge him soon. I mean, they can't keep him here indefinitely.
Well, what's causing the delay? We need to know what's happening. Luke's future's at stake here.
Yeah, well, it's all routine to them, isn't it? As far as they're concerned, there's no hurry.
I can't bear to just sit here.
I'm afraid we're going to have to. We're in other people's hands now.
I know. It could have been an accident, couldn't it?
It is possible. I'm sure Luke didn't mean to do that boy any harm. Trouble is, he doesn't know his own strength.
Can you look after the shop later? I want to pop into Hotton, get this lot in the bank.
Oh, sure, Harry. You don't normally go to the weekend.
I don't normally have this lot, do I? It's the takings from the rave in Pollard's Field.
It was dead good. It's police there and everything.
Didn't do us any harm. We made over 300 quid on one night.
You did, you mean. Keep me out.
Some other would you be pleased?
Me? Pleased? When men start fighting and hurting one another. Don't you think I've seen enough violence in my life?
It was just a party.
Well, it didn't stop people getting hurt, did it? They're saying that Luke McAllister hit someone so hard, he killed him. How? I don't know how, and I don't want to know. All I do know is that the bloke's dead and Luke's been arrested. Don't ever do it, Scott. Don't ever get involved. If you see trouble, run a mile.
Just goes to show this sort of thing could happen to anybody. I mean, who'd have thought it, eh? A doctor's son in the nick.
I don't understand. I didn't hit him that hard.
You admit that you hit him then?
I didn't mean to do any harm.
You said he was making advances to your sister.
He's a lout. He was just trying to cause trouble.
And you didn't hit him?
I was only trying to get him off me.
How hard did you hit him?
I don't know. There was a lot going on.
Any weapon?
No, of course not. What do you take me for? I'm not a thug.
Oh, no.
No. I did what anybody would have done. I was looking out for my sister and helping a friend, that's all. How was I to know this would happen?
You like a cup of coffee? There's bound to be a machine here somewhere.
No, thanks. You should have something to eat, though. You haven't had any breakfast. Might be a sandwich bar or something near. We could get something.
Nah, thanks. Come on. We've got to stay cheerful and support Luke. We've got a solicitor on board now, and I'm certain the post-mortem will put him in the clear.
Keep thinking it's my fault. Maybe I should have disciplined him more.
Oh, come on, don't think like that.
Do anything to keep him safe.
I know.
Anything.
Doctor, Mrs. McAllister. In order to complete our inquiries, the superintendent's allowing us to hold Luke for a further 12 hours. So we'll probably be here until late this evening. Come on. I'll take you to see May.
Bernard, I'm afraid.
Afraid?
Of Luke.
Luke?
Well, what if he's different?
How do you mean, different?
Well, he's done something, hasn't he? Something we've never done. He's killed somebody.
Mum? Dad?
Luke?
Oh, Luke.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on. We're going to sort it out, don't worry.
you, eh?
Terrible about Ben Dingle, isn't it?
Dingle's in trouble again, are they?
Haven't you heard, Seth? He's dead.
What happened?
Well, there was a fight, apparently. Luke McAllister hit him.
Me wouldn't do a thing like that.
I know. That's what I said, but the police seem to think he would. They've arrested him for it.
Hiya.
Hello.
2 pints and a shandy, please.
Right. Oh, David, do you know anything about this fight on Pollard's Field?
That's where I got this.
Yes, the Dingles are up to their old tricks again.
I thought they'd calmed down.
Oh, this wasn't Zach and his lot. It was his nephew, Ben.
We were having a party and he just kept looking for trouble.
It runs in family.
You say that again.
Usual table, Al? Yes, it's all ready for you.
Have you heard it? Dingle's are back.
I just thought they'd left the area.
Ah, well, they're back. More's the pity.
Especially for Luke McAllister.
They were involved in that rave up at Pollard's Field.
Oh, no wonder there was trouble.
That won't be the last we'll hear of it, I'm afraid.
How long will they keep me here?
They have to release you within 12 hours. I think they're trying to decide what to charge you with.
I just don't understand why he's dead. I didn't hit him that hard.
We're hoping there was something wrong with him, aren't we, Bernard?
Yeah, well, there is a condition known as eggshell skull. Now, that could make all the difference. It would mean it was an accidental death.
Well, it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit him.
They don't mean accidental in that sense. If it was your blow that killed him, if it was that caused it...
If it was, would they call it murder?
Come on, I think we got all day.
We're pretty busy.
Well, they should get more stuff.
Mr. Turner,
Just a moment, Seth.
I haven't got a moment. I've got arrangements to make.
Oh, yes? Is there any service in the restaurant today, Alan? Yes, of course there is.
Sorry, Fran, we're a bit short-staffed at the moment. Be with you as soon as we can.
I haven't got all day.
No, neither have I. I've got my semi-final to fix up.
It will all be sorted out, Seth.
It's semi-final. Me against Ted Downey from Robertsfield.
Yeah, a needle match.
Do you have anything to do with this rave last night?
No, I'm a bit too old for that sort of thing.
It was in your field, wasn't it?
Yes?
What are you doing letting it get out of hand?
Oh, I wasn't to know that things were going to go wrong.
You could have kept an eye on what was going on.
Look, I rented the field to the McAllister kids, so therefore it's their responsibility, right?
You mean you made money out of it?
I wasn't to know there was going to be trouble.
You might have guessed with the Dingles being there.
You shouldn't have just let them run wild.
It's a free country.
That doesn't mean the likes of you are free to make a mess of it.
Isn't it nice to have a decent home to come back to, eh? I mean, the van's all right for holidays, but not for living in.
Yeah, well, let's sort the work up at Emmerdale last then, eh?
One down, 3 to go.
How do you mean?
Well, now, you've got a job. That only leaves David and me and Linda looking for work.
Ah, it's not the same as farming our own place, is it?
Well, never was really our land, was it? That was the trouble. Anyway, no point looking back, eh?
Nah. Jack said he'll give David the odd couple of days if he needs some more help.
Oh, David needs more than the odd day. He needs proper work. You know what they say about idle hands.
Oh, come on, he's a good lad, our David.
Well, he's at a funny age. I feel a lot happier if he had something to keep him out of harm's way.
What, meaning the Dingles?
Who else? Oh, they always were trouble.
Thought we were going to bother from them.
How can you say that after what happened with you and Zach? You've still got the marks. How do you think I feel every time I see that scar on your back?
Zach was breaking the rules. We'd always fought bare knuckle until then.
Till he pulled out a knife and nearly killed you. Phew, if only he hadn't come back.
Stop worrying, love.
How can I? Now David's mixed up with him. It's history repeating itself.
But it won't.
How can you be so sure?
Look, there's something I never told you about why the Dingles left. When I had that fight with Zach, you know, when he knifed me, me and Ollie thought we'd sort things out.
Oh, not another of Ollie's mad schemes.
No. We took him on, showed him they couldn't mess with us.
Another fight?
We had to show him who was boss.
You promised me you'd never go near them again.
We beat him fair and square. Zach shot off with his tail between his legs.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't want to worry you.
Well, you have.
Well, it's kept on far back, hasn't it? We hadn't seen the Dingles for years.
Well, only because they've moved away. And now they're back.
I think you'd be able to find everything all right, don't you?
Who?
Broke the Senate to run the post office while we were away.
Could be a woman. It's a couple, as a matter of fact. What about Majorca?
Yeah, sounds all right to me.
Sounds dead.
Dead what?
What?
Dead what? I mean, dead good? Dead bad? Dead what?
Have you paid for that?
I haven't got any money.
He's the richest one out of all of us. He ain't got any money.
I'll take it out of next week's pocket money.
And take it out the money that Reg left me.
Your mum and me wanted to have a word with you about that.
Yeah, we're going to put it all away where it'll be gaining interest.
Yeah, but before we do, we thought we'd take a little of it and have a holiday.
So you're spending my money on your holiday?
On our holiday?
Well, it's only fair. I mean, you can't go away on your own, can you?
We all need a break after what we've been through.
So really it's my holiday, isn't it?
It's for all of us.
Yeah, but if you're spending my money, I mean, surely I should choose where we're going, shouldn't I?
Not quite that simple, Scott.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to go to Mallorca. How about go to Disney World instead?
We're getting you all the help we can.
We've got you a good solicitor. Dermot Bishop recommended her. Her name's Camilla Finch.
Talking as if I'm going to need her.
If you do, she's the best.
I've left a message with her secretary.
Try her again.
Have you got any money on you? I'm out of coins.
Yes, I think so.
Thought my call box days were over.
There you are.
Thank you. I won't be long.
We'll get you out of this. Don't worry.
Yeah, but what if you can't? It'll be all over the papers. What about your job? What about Dad's?
What do they matter at a time like this?
I've let you down, haven't I?
It was an accident.
You know what Dad wanted? He wanted a son with his head in a book. Not one that organised something that ended up being a rave. I'm sorry, Mum. I really am. You'll tell Dad, won't you?
And you tell him yourself.
If I get out of here, I'll change. I really will.
Don't say if, say when.
Here we are at last. I'm sorry it's taken so long.
This is no way to run a business, Alan. We can I set these up, Mr. Turner?
Oh, can't it wait a moment, Seth?
With Ted Downey due, and you better get your pumping arm ready. He's bringing his supporters.
Yeah, one thing at a time, Seth.
Alan, you need more staff.
Well, I'll get Kathy in.
You can't keep relying on Kathy and Rachel doing the odd couple of hours here and there. You need permanent staff doing proper hours.
But where do I get them from? Out of thin air?
I could find you someone.
I wish you would.
We stable.
Oh, just a minute.
Hope you enjoy it.
Thanks. Not exactly the peaceful supper I planned.
But thanks anyway. Now, about the date for the wedding.
Do you think there's any way we can stop Pollard?
Stop him doing what?
Anything at all, ideally. Running those wild parties in particular.
Is it against the law?
Would he let the law stop him? Have you got a minute? Yes. I want to make you an offer.
Oh, yes?
How much do you want for that field of yours? The one the party was on?
Sorry, it's not for sale.
I'll pay a good price.
But I'm not selling.
I didn't know you were interested in land.
I wasn't, but I am now.
So what little scheme have you got up your sleeve this time?
I'm exercising the right of every Englishman. I'm going to build my own house.
You'll never get planning permission. Not there.
Depends on who you know, doesn't it, eh? I think Scott might be onto something. Disney World looks great.
Well, I don't see what's wrong with Majorca myself.
Well, Scott does have a point. It is his money we're spending.
But you agreed we could use it on a holiday and put the rest away. It is supposed to be used for Scott's welfare.
Going to Disney World's doing just that.
I can't see how going to Florida's going to do any of us any good.
We need a break. All of us. Especially Scott. He needs a bit of normality. A bit of childhood.
Yeah, well, he hasn't had much of that, has he?
It's the right way to spend the money, Viv. It looks brilliant. Come on, let's have a bit of fun.
I'm scared.
What? What's this about?
Well, you know what happens to people out there. They get shot. And I've had enough of guns.
Oh, Viv. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have thought.
I know I'm being silly.
No, I mean, when you think about it, you're probably safer there than you are here. I mean, look what's happened since we come up here.
Oh, thanks.
No, I didn't mean that.
No, you're right. We'll go. Sometimes I don't know why I'm divorcing you.
It's so as we can have our wedding night all over again.
Goes a place, so just tell Mr. Turner what you're all having.
Well, give me a moment. We'll bring him over.
2 more staff wouldn't come amiss.
Well, whatever you say.
You've had some money on, Seth? Well, horse racing's my bite. Matter of fact, I'm going again next week. Can you roll before?
Me and my team.
So that's my new philosophy, Eric. Enjoy. Nothing better than the thrill of a win. Unless it's a full bar. I wouldn't mind going with you, actually. Yes, it's a good day out. Well, as you well know.
We've got plenty of money to throw away.
No problem.
Look, I'm sorry, love.
You should have told me.
It was men's business. Me and Ollie thought we'd sort things out.
You know the Dingle's better than that. And fighting is not the way to sort things out.
It's kept off our backs, hasn't it?
Not for a bit, yeah.
Anyway, we're older and wiser now. We're past fighting.
Well, you might be. But now there's another generation. David and that Ben are part of it.
Ben's out of it now, though, isn't he?
Oh, there'll be plenty more. When the Dingles aren't fighting, they're breeding. You'll have brothers and cousins, and they'll all be itching to take their revenge.
You weren't even out David's fight, was it?
Do you think that'll stop them?
Well, I suppose not.
The Dingles have long memories. They don't forget and they don't forgive. I don't think they've seen the last of them. And I don't think the McAllisters have either.
How long will it take?
How do I know?
It's the waiting that's so awful.
No, it isn't.
Mr. McAllister,
What's happened?
What is it?
we've had the result of the post-mortem. We're finally in a position to charge you.
What with?
Manslaughter.